大家好，这里是 Jeremy ASMR。今天视频的内容是读书声，我为大家准备了2本书。第一本是托尔金的作品《悖论与路线》，它是一个最近出版的吧，去年2017年出版的作品。Sorry， 我把它带到美国来以后还没有读过，所以今天就和大家一起来开始读这个故事。如果你们喜欢的话，就在下方留言吧，然后我们可以继续读下去。第二本书，我准备的是 Dracula， 一看它的包装就知道是一个比较有年代感的书籍了。这是一本英文书籍，所以今天我们来做一个中英双版的男生的读书 ASMR。 好了，话不多说，我们就开始吧。我们先来读托尔金的《悖论与路线》。提努维尔的传说。廷威林特有一双儿女，就是戴龙和提努维尔。提努维尔是位少女，隐匿王国的精灵少女属她最美。像她这么美的少女着实少见，因为她母亲是诸神的女儿，是位神灵。戴龙则是健壮开朗的少年，他最喜爱的是吹奏芦笛或林地的其他乐器。如今他名列精灵最神奇的3大乐手当中，另外2位是金嗓廷芳和懂在海边演奏的伊瓦瑞。但提努维尔喜爱舞蹈，他熠熠生辉的双足美丽灵巧，绝无仅有，没有人曾与他齐名。戴龙和提努维尔喜欢离开父亲廷威林特的石窟宫殿，一起外出去森林中度过漫长时光。戴龙曾经坐在草墩或树根上演奏乐曲，提努维尔则伴随乐曲翩翩起舞。有戴龙伴奏，他跳起舞来比格温德林还要轻盈，比月光下的金嗓廷芳更具魔力。如此轻快活泼的身姿，人间难觅，唯有在维林诺的玫瑰园才能一见。奈莎在笔触长青不雕的草地上舞蹈，即使在月光暗淡的夜晚，他们也依旧演奏和跳舞。他们不像我一样害怕，因为廷威林特和格温德林的辖地依旧把邪恶阻挡在森林之外。米尔寇尚未搅扰他们，人类也还被困在山岭的另一边。他们最爱一处林荫地，那里生长着榆树，还有山毛榉，但都不是参天大树，还有几株栗树开着白花。不过那里地面潮湿，林下生有一大片雾蒙蒙的蓊郁野芹。6月的某一天，他们在此玩耍，野芹的白花如同云朵，簇拥在树干周围。提努维尔在这里翩然起舞，一直跳到黄昏消逝，夜幕降临。众多白鹅纷纷出来飞舞。提努维尔身为仙灵，对他们熟视无睹，就像很多人类孩童那样。不过他不喜欢甲虫，而因为乌格威利安提的缘故，埃尔达也绝不碰蜘蛛。但就在白鹅绕着他的头上上下翻飞时， 戴龙吹出一个奇异的颤音。突然间，怪事发生了。贝伦怎么越过山岭来到此地，我从未听说。但你会听到，他比大多数人勇敢。也许仅仅是爱好漫游，促使他翻越了恐怖的铁山脉，最终来到这片方外之地。贝伦是个诺姆族精灵，他父亲是护林人埃格诺尔，在歇斯罗米北部更黑暗的地方打猎为生。埃尔达对那些体验过米尔寇的奴役的亲族心存猜忌和恐惧。如此一来，诺姆族在天鹅港的残暴行径令他们自食恶果。如今，米尔寇的谎言在贝伦的族人当中流传，他们因而相信秘密国度的精灵有诸多邪恶之处。然而贝伦这时看见了在暮色里跳舞的提努维尔，他身穿如珍珠般银白的衣裙，白皙的赤足在野芹花茎间忽隐忽现。见状，贝伦再也顾不得他到底是维拉，是精灵，还是人类的孩子，偷偷潜进去观看。那股魔力令他晕眩，他不得不靠在一棵长在土墩上的年轻榆树，好俯瞰他跳舞的那一小片林间空地。她是如此苗条美丽，竟使他不知不觉来到开阔处，想把她看得更清楚。就在那时，满月的皎洁清辉穿过枝干照来，戴龙蓦然间看见了贝伦的脸，他立刻认出贝伦不是他们的族人，而所有森林王国的精灵都认为多尔罗明的诺姆族是一群奸诈的家伙，残酷又不讲信义。因此，戴龙丢下乐器大喊：“提努维尔啊，快逃，快逃！这片林子里面有敌人！”他边喊边穿过树林，迅速逃走了。但是提努维尔讶异之下，并未立刻跟着逃跑，因为他没有马上听懂他的话，且知道自己不如哥哥强壮，无法那般奔跑跳跃。于是他忽然轻巧一滑，躲进了雪白的野芹花丛，藏在一株花茎特别高、枝叶繁茂、四面伸展的花下。在那里，身穿洁白衣裙的他看起来就像一抹穿过树叶洒在地面上的闪烁月光。贝伦见状感到悲伤，因为他很孤单，也为他们如此惊骇而懊丧。他认为提努维尔并未逃跑，便四处寻找他。结果他的手突然间搭上了叶片下他那纤细的臂膀，他吓得惊叫一声，拔腿就跑，在昏暗的光线中竭尽全力飞奔。那只有埃尔达才做得到。他的身影在缕缕月光里闪烁摇曳，在无数树干与野芹花茎中忽现。对他手臂那轻柔的一触，令贝伦比之前更急切地想找到他。他飞快追赶，却还是不够快。他最后甩开了他，惊魂未定地回到他父亲的居所。之后，他一连多日没有独自前往森林中跳舞，这令贝伦悲伤万分。他不愿意离开那片地方，一心盼望再次看见那位美丽的精灵少女跳舞。他在森林中流浪多日，搜寻着提努维尔，变得狂野又孤独。他从早到晚寻找她，每逢月光明亮之夜，尤其充满期盼。终于，有一天晚上，他远远捕捉到一抹闪光。看哪，他独自在一座不生树木的小丘上跳舞。戴龙不在他身旁。此后， 他时常到这里来自唱自舞。有时戴龙会在附近，贝伦就在远处的森林边缘观看。有时戴龙不在，贝伦就偷偷走近一点。事实上，提努维尔早就发现了他的到来，但他假装不知道，而且他见到他那月光照亮的面容上写着眷恋渴望，因此他内心的恐惧也就消散了。他看出他很友善，且爱上了他的优美舞姿。于是贝伦养成了秘密尾随提努维尔的习惯，跟着他穿过森林，一直来到石窟入口的桥头。他进去后，他会隔着溪流呼唤，柔声念着提努维尔。他从戴龙口中听见了这个名字，可他不知道提努维尔常常在石窟门内的阴影里倾听、微笑或轻笑出声。终于有一天，当他独自起舞时，他壮起胆子走出来，对他说：“提努维尔，教我跳舞吧。”他问：“你是谁？”“我是贝伦，越过严酷山岭而来。”“那如果你想跳舞，就跟着我跳吧。”精灵少女说道。然后就在贝伦面前漫舞而去，一路舞入森林，动作敏捷，却又不会快到令他跟不上。他不时回头张望，见他跌跌撞撞跟在后面，不禁失笑，说：“舞吧，贝伦，舞吧，就像严酷山岭另一面的人那样起舞。”就这样，他们循着曲折的小径来到了廷威林特的居所。提努维尔过了河，在对岸招呼贝伦，于是他跟着他，惊奇地走下石窟，进了他家的幽深殿堂。这本书呢，就先读到这儿，然后我们来读下一本。Dracula. Chapter 1. Jonathan Harker's Journal. Captain Shorthand. May the 2nd. Left Munich at 8:35 p.m. on May the 1st, arriving at Vienna early next morning. Should have arrived at 6:46. But train was an hour late. Budapest seems a wonderful place, from the glimpse which I got of it from the train and the little I could walk through the streets. I feared to go very far from the station, as we had arrived late and would start as near the correct time as possible. The impression I had was that we were leaving the west and entering the east. The most western of splendid bridges over the Danube, which is here of noble width and depth, took us among the traditions of Turkish rule. We left in pretty good time and came after nightfall to Klausenberg. Here I stopped for the night at the Hotel Royal. I had for dinner, or rather supper, a chicken done up some way with red pepper, which was very good but thirsty. Get recipe from Mina. I asked the waiter, and he said it was called paprika handel, and that, as it was a national dish, I should be able to get it anywhere along the Carpathians. I found my smattering of German very useful here. Indeed, I don't know how I should be able to get on without it. Having some time at my disposal when in London. I had visited the British Museum and made a search among the books and maps of the library regarding Transylvania. It had struck me that some foreknowledge of the country could hardly fail to have some importance in dealing with the noble of that country. I find that the district he named is in the extreme east of the country, just on the borders of 3 states, Transylvania, Moldavia, and Bukovina. In the midst of the Carpathian Mountains, one of the wildest and least known portions of Europe. I was not able to light on any map or working giving the exact locality of the Castle Dracula. I'm sorry. As there are no maps of this country as yet to compare with our own survey maps, but I found that Bistritz, the poster town named by Count Dracula, is a fairly well-known place. I shall enter here some of my notes, as they may refresh my memory when I talk over my travels with Mina. In the proportion of Transylvania, there are 4 distinct nationalities: Saxons in the south, and mixed with them the Wallachs, who are the descendants of the Dacians, Magyars in the west, and Serkias. Actually, I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. In the east and the north. I'm going among the latter, who claim to be descended from Attila and Hans. This may be so, for when the Magyars conquered the country in the 11th century, they found the Huns settled in it. I read that every known superstition in the world is gathered into the horseshoe of the Carpathians, as if it were the center of some sort of imaginative whirlpool. If so, my stay may be very interesting. I must ask the Count all about them. I did not sleep well, though my bed was comfortable enough, for I had all sorts of queer dreams. There was a dog howling all night long onto my window, which may have had something to do with it. Oh, sorry. Or it may have been the paprika, for I had to drink up all the water in my carafe, and was still thirsty. Towards morning, I slept and was awakened by the continuous knocking at my door. So I guess I must have been sleeping soundly then. I had for breakfast more paprika and a sort of porridge of maize flour, which they said was mamalika, an eggplant stuffed with forcemeat, a very excellent dish, which they call impletata. Get a recipe for this also. I had to hurry breakfast, for the train started a little before 8, or rather it ought to have done so. For after rushing to the station at 7:30, I had to sit in the carriage, for more than an hour before we began to move. It seems to me that the further east you go, the more unpunctual are the trains. What ought they to be in China? All day long we seemed to dawdle through a country which was full of beauty of every kind. Sometimes we saw little towns and castles on the top of steep hills, such as we see in old mythos. Sometimes we ran by rivers and streams which seemed from the wide stony margin on each side of them to be subject to great floods. It was the train. Now let's continue reading. It takes a lot of water and running strong to sweep the outside edge of a river clear. At every station there were groups of people, sometimes crowds, and in all sorts of attire. Some of them were just like peasants at home, or those I saw coming through France and Germany, with soaked jackets and round hats and homemade trousers. But others were very picturesque. The women looked pretty, except when you got near them. But they were all very clumsy about the waist. They had all 4 white sleeves of some kind or other, and most of them had big belts with a lot of strips or something fluttering from them like the dresses in a ballet. But of course, petticoats under them, the strangest figures we saw were the Slovaks, who were more barbarian than the rest. With their big cowboy hats, great baggy dirty white trousers, white linen shirts, and enormous heavy leather belts, nearly a foot wide, all studded over with brass nails. They wore high boots, with their trousers tucked into them, and had long black hair and heavy black moustaches. They were very picturesque, but did not look prepossessing. On the stage, they would be set down at once as some old Oriental band of brigands. They are, however, I am told, very harmless and rather wanting natural self-assertion. It was on the dark side of twilight when we got to Bristol, which is a very interesting old place, being practically on the frontier, for the Borgo Pass leads from it into Bukovina. It has had a very stormy existence, and it certainly shows marks of it. 50 years ago, a series of great fires took place, which made terrible havoc on 5 separate occasions. At the very beginning of the 17th century, it underwent a siege of 3 weeks and lost 13,000 people. The casualties of war proper being listed by famine and disease. Count Dracula had directed me to go to the Golden Crown Hotel, which I found, to my delight, to be thoroughly old-fashioned, for of course I wanted to see all I could of the ways of the country. I was evidently expected, for when I got near the door, I faced a cheesy-looking elderly woman in the Euro peasant dress, white undergarment with long double apron, front and back, of coloured stuff fitting almost too tight for modesty. When I came close, she bowed and said, "The Herr Englishman?" "Yes," I said. "Jonathan Harker." She smiled and gave some message to an elderly man in white shirt sleeves who had followed her to the door. He went, but immediately returned with a letter. "My friend, welcome to the Carpathians. I am anxiously expecting you. Sleep well tonight. At 3 tomorrow, diligence will start for Bukovina. A place on it is kept for you. At the Borgo Pass, my carriage will await you and will bring you to me. I trust that your journey from London has been a happy one, and that you will enjoy your stay in my beautiful land. Your friend, Dracula. 好了，今天的书呢就先读到这儿了。如果你们喜欢这些故事的话，然后就评论告诉我吧，我会下期继续读他们的。但是如果你们有什么其他想听的，也可以在视频里面留言发弹幕，然后告诉我吧。拜拜。